Hello, BookTube, AuthorTube, YouTube, or whatever tube you affiliate with. My name is Melissa, and this is my channel, White Castle with Books. In this video, I want to share with you guys my 2021 bullet journal. It's not really that fancy. I kind of got started on it in October of 2020, actually, and I was all gung-ho and I was working really hard on it, and then I just hit this lull with it where I was totally uninterested and I didn't do a lot. And then all of a sudden it was 2021 and I was like, okay, I'm gonna start using it, but it's not really completed. So I'm just gonna show you guys the pages that I have finished and kind of my reasoning behind the way that I've set it up. And yeah, let's just get into it. So this year I decided to theme my bullet journal fantasy creatures, and this is the opening page. It just has the year and then a little sketch I did of a little dragon creature that's kind of reaching for this little star. Nothing too fancy, just kind of having fun with it, really. Sometimes I just leave blank pages so that if I come up with something that I kind of wanted to stick in there, I don't have to insert a page. And the way that I laid it out this year, I have plenty of extra pages. This is just a simple page that I can list some of my very basic writing goals for 2021. I have several projects that I'm working on, and I would like to get to the point where with one of them I am starting to submit it to beta readers and getting feedback. I have a writing group and I get feedback from them each week, but I have never submitted to beta readers, and I would love that. On this side I have my 2020 TBR, which I have not filled out. Cute little dragon creatures. Again, I think this is actually a Pegasus. This page is, again, it's just a really basic place where I can list some of my goals with YouTube. I want to reach 500 subscribers, post a video each week, simple things like that. I can expand on these goals on the other side, trying to leave extra space so that I can continue to fill this out. I'm kind of fill things out as I go along anyway, so I like to have a little bit of wiggle room. This page, which features a very colorful dragon, it's kind of fun. This is just my 1 year of writing page, and I listed every month this year and each day this year, and I'm going to fill every single one of these squares, even if I only get in 5 minutes. So my goal is an entire year of working on my projects without missing one day. Some of the days, like I said, it'll be a little bit short, but most days I'm hoping to get at least an hour in. This is my work schedule page. Got a little fairy over here. This page has, I wrote in marker the days of the week, and then I wrote in pencil my current schedule right now for working on different projects, whether it's writing for an hour, or when we have writing group, or when I record videos, or when I edit videos. I put all of that in here so that if I kind of don't have a plan for that day, I can quickly reference this and be reminded what I'm supposed to be working on. This is just a place I can fill out books that I have read, kind of the classic bookshelf style, with, yet again, another little dragon that has a little kitten on it. And who doesn't want a treasure chest? Hopefully I fill all of this up, plus I left wiggle room yet again. I read a really short, kind of more like a picture book that was just like an inspirational book with a lot of beautiful pictures in it. I just finished that tonight. So I'm going to write down everything I read in here, but this side is more reserved for like bigger books and novels, and I can write down basically anything that's a book that I read in here, even if they're shorter books. This is my YouTube videos for 2021 with a little reminder of schedules that I had to scribble out because I've already changed my mind. I'm just going to write down what I post. So this week, as soon as I finish editing and posting a video, I will write down what that video was to just list and keep track. It's almost like a reward for me to be able to list it. It helps keep me motivated and excited, hoping that I can fill every single one of these slots out. And again, oops, bumped my light. Again, I'm just leaving wiggle room, just space in case I end up needing to write down extra between these different segments. This page is my list of habits that I would like to add to my current habits in 2021. And the idea behind this is that I'm not tackling everything at once. I'm going to add 6 habits this year. I don't exactly know what they'll all be, but I have a list of 4 so far that I want to add. The first one is consistently budgeting, but what I've done here is made a place to mark every day that I work on my habit. January and February are both dedicated just to adding budgeting to my routine. And then I have over here, I've listed when or what the habit is, what time I will perform the habit, and in what location. And this is key to my success in adding habits because it helps me cue in every single time. So my goal right now is that I'm coupling the habits basically. As soon as I get in bed to go to bed at night, I will open up my budgeting app and just budget for a couple of minutes, making sure that I categorize any expenditures that we've had come in that day, and if none, I'm just checking where we're at. And it keeps me conscious of where we're at with our money. So budgeting will be the first one, and then as you can see, I have a place for the next 5, totaling 6 that I would like to add this year. The next one that I want to add will be 15 to 30 minutes of exercise every day. But if I add too many things in January, I know that I'll burn out and won't be able to consistently do it. This comes back to the book that I read on habits called Atomic Habits by James Clear, and he talks about making one change at a time, one little change at a time, and then making it unconscious. So you don't have to think about brushing your teeth at night. At least I don't have to think about it. It's an unconscious habit. When I go upstairs to go to bed, I brush my teeth without fail. This is because I have ingrained this in my brain, and it is an unconscious habit. So eventually, hopefully after about 2 months, budgeting will be a non-conscious habit for me. When I sit down in bed at nighttime, I will automatically open it up because I've created that pattern in my mind. And then I can go to add the next one because we only have so much conscious power. We only have the ability to do so many conscious things. And so if you continue to add things to your non-conscious habits, you will be able to accomplish more. This is just the next page that allows me to mark as I add these habits. This page is for my identity affirmations, and I'm still working on these. Eventually I want to add a little list of things that I say to myself every morning that help me remember the things that are important to me and also strengths that I have. I feel like it can be a positive thing for people to do to start their day, to remind themselves that they have value. And I'm still working on those. An example of something of this might be something like, I am an author, or I can add value through my writing. This way, it's not saying, I have to be published. It just says, I can be an author and I can add value and I can continue to improve. So eventually I will fill that out, and again, just a blank page for extra wiggle room. This year I am doing, each set of pages is 1 week, so I have a lot of space at the end of my journal, but this is week 1, and I've just written down a couple of goals that I want to accomplish in the first week of 2021, writing goals, reading goals, and video goals. Little sketch of the centaur, never hurts. And again, this is how the rest of my bullet journal is laid out. So what I will do is write down my goals for that week, and then typically I just carry a notebook for my daily tasks, things that I want to accomplish each day. But this is a reference I can use. I can come back and say, have I finished this project or that project, and then I can start working on it if there's still things to be done. So the rest of my bullet journal that's filled out is just these simple weekly little blocks for weekly goals. I think I moved the camera a little bit. I went to record the bullet journal section of this, showing my pages, and now it's kind of out of whack. You can see my dragon's wing. I'll bring him down. Come here, buddy. He was guarding my books. This represents like 3 months of my life. He was a ton of work. But I mean, I needed a dragon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video on my 2021 bullet journal. If you do bullet journals, I would love to see yours or just hear any tips you have for making effective and useful bullet journals. I really enjoy habit tracking and seeing those little check marks being put in. But I know some people just feel like that's an extra step and they don't really need it. What do you use your bullet journal for if you do have a bullet journal? And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.